So I have some steaks here that I'm going to be marinating, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in our bag. I've trimmed them up the way I like, so there's still some fat because I'm going to be grilling them, but not as much as there was. So I'm going to do everything on this cutting board. This is my meat board. I am going to cut up some garlic. These are 4 things, 4 little cloves. I'm just going to just do a nice little cut to them. Maybe this is like for garlic, like a medium dice. Just toss it in the bag. Our bag is going to be our mixing bowl. So I'm just going to chop them up and toss them. When you're cutting, make sure you're doing like a cat paw instead of like monkey fingers, so you don't cut your fingers at all, and they're nice and safe. Right in the bag. We're also going to be using some lemon that I pre-sliced just in half. Nothing special. Alright, now since I'm done cutting, I'm going to get rid of my cutting board. I'm just going to plop it in the sink and I'm going to wash it later. Thankfully my hands didn't touch the meat, so I don't need to wash my hands. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to fold the outside of the bag and just move it down. That way I have a little bit more space to work. And I'm not working up here and I'm working down close to my product. So I'm going to squeeze my lemon right on. You can even slice it and put it right in the bag if you like, but I'm just going to use the juice. Just going to squeeze that right on and then toss these aside. All right. Now I'm going to use a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just going to dump that right in. I'm using white pepper because I wanted to use the rest of the ones that I had. Next, I'm going to add about a half a cup of olive oil. Now you can just dump it in, but I'm going to measure this out since it is going on the grill. I don't want it to be too oily and have some flames to it. So I'm just going to dump this in there and then set this aside because we're going to use it still. And then I'm going to take my Italian seasoning and I'm going to do about 1 tablespoon. Let's do that. So I'm just over my bag, I'm just going to pour it in, so it's okay if it's a little messy. That's about 1 tablespoon. Then I'm just going to set everything aside that I've already used. I'm going to use some parsley flakes. I'm going to do about 1 tablespoon as well. So it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just measuring out just to give you an idea of what everything looks like. So then I have some onion powder, and I'm going to do about half a teaspoon of onion powder. So half a teaspoon and just dumping that right in. See, I made a spill, but no mess. Oh, and I spilled on you too. That's okay. So I have some soy sauce, and I'm going to do 1/3 of a cup. This is going to add some nice flavor to it when it's on the grill. Now I'm almost out, so I might as well just finish the bottle. All right. And then our last thing we're going to add is Worcestershire sauce. say that 10 times fast, and it's going to be 1/4 of a cup. So I'm just going to fill this guy up. And these are all just little rough estimates. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's getting in there. There it goes. That's close enough. Doesn't have to be too exact. We're just grilling here. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to seal the bag up. And I'm going to get a lot of air out. I still want some air so it can move around. But I'm going to get majority of it out. I'm just using a sealable bag for this. You can actually use a container if you like. And we're just going to mix all of that yummy goodness around. Okay, nice good marinade. And then what I'm going to do, oh, those look so good, is I'm going to double bag. So I'm just going to roll this up so it's like steak on steak. I'm just going to keep rolling, just like that. You can do it however you like. Open up my other bag, and I'm just going to plop this right inside. That way, in case of any issues and there's leakage in the steak bag, there's no cleanup in the fridge. It's all sealed inside of this safety bag, I like to call it. And you can still like mix it up in here. So this is our steak marinade. You can marinate for as little as 3 hours to get some flavor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do an overnight marinade, and then we're going to grill these tomorrow.
I unloaded and realized how much juice there was in there.
Melted plastic flavor.
I didn't realize how much juice there was.